Hi, I'm a landlord-tenant attorney in the state of Georgia, and I'm back with more advice for tenants here in the state of Georgia. So this time I want to talk about evictions. As I mentioned in a previous video, there is only one legal way for a landlord to evict you in the state of Georgia, and that is by going through a court process. However, if you are served something by the court, you only have 7 days in which to file an answer. And it's generally always in your best interest to file an answer. Why? Because if you don't file an answer, then the other side wins automatically. So that means that your landlord, after 7 days, gets to go back to court and file for something called a writ of possession, which is the legal method by which they can evict you. However, if you do file an answer, then that means the landlord can't do anything to you until after you've had a hearing. That can buy you generally at least a month, if not several months, in which time you might be able to apply for rent assistance or find a new place to go and move, or negotiate with the landlord and find a way to settle the claim and be able to stay. Now, there is one narrow exception where it may not be in your best interest to file an answer, and that is if you are served by a specific method called tack and mail. That means that nobody actually physically handed a document to you or to anybody in your residence. Instead, the filing came by having it stuck to your door and then another copy put in the mail. If you're served by this method, that's called tack and mail. And if you are served by this method and you don't answer, then the landlord does not actually have the right to get a judgment against you. They can only get their property back, which means they would have to pursue another method of collecting any past due rent from you. And that may buy you time with which to find a way to pay it, to negotiate, or do something else. And so, in that narrow circumstance, it might be in your best interest not to file an answer, but almost always you're going to be better off filing an answer. And you can get assistance with filing your answer. You can start just by Googling how to answer eviction in Georgia, or by going to www.georgialegalaid.org, and there are some resources and advice there on how to file your answer. That's my advice this time. Don't worry, I will be back with more advice.